Hey folks, Joe Valley here with another episode of the Quiet Light Podcast. Thanks for joining us today. Today, we're going to talk about something a little unique. It's about the van life, living on the road and growing your business. Our guest today is Conrad Lelubre. I'm pronouncing that in English. He's actually French, so I totally butchered his name. I asked him how to pronounce it, as I always do, and he said, it's nearly impossible in English. So we're going to hear the French version in just a second. Conrad spent a lot of time on the road building his business, which is a SaaS business geared towards Amazon sellers. We'll get to that at the end, but this is really how to operate from the road, how to build a business and operate from the road, some of the tips and tricks that he's going to share today. Conrad, thanks for joining the Quiet Light Podcast.
Thank you so much for having me, Joe. It's a pleasure to be here.
Let's hear the pleasure of the French pronunciation of your last name, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, so even in French, I have a hard time pronouncing it. It's Lelubre.
Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to say it again first. And you know, Conrad, you and I talked about it a little bit. My wife and I and my family, my boys, went to Paris pre-pandemic, and you know, in the U.S., there's the stigma that the French don't like us, and we were a little worried about going. We went to Paris and then Lake Annecy in that area down there.
Nice.
And oh, it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I recommend it to everybody. And we found everybody to be so kind and so nice and so welcoming and open. And we were sitting down at dinner one night, and there was a couple next to us. And we struck up a conversation, and we brought this up. He goes, and the husband said, "No, that's not the case at all. The French just don't like each other. We love Americans."
That's so true. Yeah.
Sum it up.
Yeah. That's exactly that. We actually, I think we enjoy the international cultures a lot. Mm-hmm. So, and we have a deep friendship, I think, with America. That's the simple truth. We are the same families. We can't say anything else. We are the same people. We have so much in common that we can just forget it.
Well, I tell you, what I wish our culture had in common with yours was it's just a little bit more focus on life versus work. Here, I think it's work and then life, and finding that balance is really, really important. I think you guys have done it very well. And that goes into what we're talking about today. And that's, you know, building a business from the road, which is what you've done. But talk to us first a little bit about your background. What did you where did you start your career in life, and all the way up to where you are today?
Yeah. So to sum up my life up to now, basically, I've always been passionate about building things like with code and computers. I'm a geek in my blood. So when it came to doing some studies, I chose to do computer science because I just enjoyed the field. And then I had an engineering degree at 23 in 2012, and then I started working in private companies, doing software in teams, and having the life, buying an apartment, like buying stuff, and globally feeling miserable. That's a quick conclusion to my career, but
so you were a success by all measures. College degree, good job, you got stuff, and you're miserable.
Yeah. You have summed it up perfectly, because I had everything. Like I remember when I was really little, my goal in life was to have a stable job. That was my goal in life. And when I got that, because it was like I was focused on that, on this goal. So yeah, I made it very soon. And then at this point, it's okay, no, that's not fulfilling at all. I need something else.
Now you're an entrepreneur. That's the opposite of a stable life. My goodness, what have you gotten yourself into? So what was the leap? What did you do? You when you realized you were miserable, what kind of steps did you take to change that?
Yeah, so we thought a lot. I said we because I'm with my girlfriend, and it's a project we do together. Okay. And we were at a point in our lives that we said that okay, it's not fulfilling. It's not okay. What can we do to change that? And then there were this idea of taking a van, and fitting our life into the van. And we said, okay, that's one way we could escape the 9 to 5 and just having the freedom to do anything we want. And like it didn't take long for us to plan on how to do this. Like we took the decision in July, and then in December we were gone on the road.
So what did you do for preparation during that 6-month period?
We found a van, which is an actual old firefighter ambulance. It's a big red van. It's beautiful.
That's not a van. You bought an ambulance. Okay.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, we bought an ambulance. Then we stripped everything from it inside, and we rebuilt everything around what we loved in life, which is basically our bikes. And the whole design of the van is starting from the bikes, and then everything to fit our everything we need to live in. We have a fully functional van that is like awesome.
So how did you prepare getting out of your leases or saving money up? Did you have enough money saved, and did you get rid of, expenses and overhead, that kind of stuff? How did you prepare financially for this? Or actually, was it just much easier because you didn't have rent anymore?
Yeah, that's kind of the main thing in the equation, that you don't have that much fees anymore. But yeah, it was a process. First, in our mind, we had to get rid of our attachment to stuff, because we had to get rid of stuff, and that was actually that brought us a lot of pleasure. Just removing stuff, removing clutter from our lives. I think it feels silly when you see people do this, but if you experience that once in your life, it's a wonderful feeling, like not to be attached to things and to be just a free spirit almost in life. But yeah, that's one aspect. On the financial part, we were quite lucky because we were actually ending our professional careers, and then we had a thing we called chômage in France. That means the government pays you money to live once you have time to find another job. But then I said to the employment thing, I said to them, I'm going to build a company. And they said, okay, just do it. We won't bother you. You get access to the funds, and you can do on your own time, build your business and do everything as you like. That helped a lot.
I would think so. How long did you get these payments from the government for? It's called unemployment over here, but you have to prove that you're looking for a job, and usually the pay is about a third of what your job would be. It depends upon how much you got paid before. So how does it work over there?
Yeah, so it lasts 2 years generally, and during 2 years you get like a good 2/3 of what you would make usually from your previous job experience. That's a good deal.
Yeah, I think every single entrepreneur here in America is thinking, I'm going over to France. How do I take advantage of this?
You can. Yeah. That's definitely.
You can or you cannot. Obviously, you have to be a citizen of France, I would think, right?
Yeah, but I think anyone can come, and as long as you have worked in France, you have accumulated this time period of working for an actual employer, then that's what your taxes are used for. You pay a lot of tax on your salary, and that's it doesn't come from anyone. Yeah, that's
I think your taxes are probably offsetting that. They're probably
I won't talk about taxes. Yeah. It's too sad.
Yeah, France is still nice, just not the taxes. Kind of like California here in the U.S. Okay, won't rip on California at the moment. Okay, so you set a timeline, 6 months. You sold your stuff, which is liberating. You've got 2/3 of your income, and that's both of you. So no overhead. So it seems like you're probably saving more money than before, possibly. But you were starting a company. How did you come up with the idea? What is the company? Let's talk about that right now. It's Intellifox. What is Intellifox, and how does it operate?
Okay, so Intellifox, the idea of the whole project came 1 year after living on the road.
1 year.
It took me one year of like finding my stuff and thinking about what I want to do. And I've tried things. I was working also for clients doing computer science projects, code. And then at some point I said, okay, I need to do something else. I need to have some kind of products that that I don't have to maintain that much. And I'm on the road, so I don't have access to a physical storage area. I can't do many things because I'm on the road. So I needed to think how can I do that? And then I came onto simply Amazon FBA, and I saw this guru on the French YouTube, and basically I fell in love with the idea of, okay, I can do everything for my van. Just I have to outsource everything, basically the shipping. Well,
fulfilled by Amazon. Yeah, most people do outsource most of it.
And so I started the whole thing: finding a product, finding a supplier, creating the packaging, the listing, putting on Amazon, doing the PPC and everything. It was working fine, but in my head, I was there and I saw so much struggle in the community where I was doing this thing, because it's a community from Olivier Alain in France, the YouTube Amazon guru that I love, by the way. And I saw so much struggle from the people starting to selling on Amazon there. And I saw the struggle I had myself. And I thought to myself, okay, I know I can solve this with software, because that's what I love to build. And I saw that I was providing more value to the world doing something that would benefit more people than doing just my products on Amazon.
So what were the problems that you were encountering, you and your folks, in your community, and how does Intellifox solve it?
Yeah, the main thing people were struggling on were optimizing their listings. Like, like creating the images you have to put on your listing to sell things. Like, I saw people using Microsoft Paint to do this. Like, they were so low in the technical scale, they couldn't understand that you can't do that with Microsoft Paint. It's not okay. You need something better. And that's the kind of people I had in mind in the beginning. Like, yeah, okay, I want to help those people because they lack the technical knowledge and know how to do the things properly for Amazon. And also from there are all kind of struggles, like putting the right keywords in your title, the right amount of characters. So the basic stuff, you know everything like that when you sell on Amazon. It's the limitations you have and how you have to play the game of product listing optimization. But now I've taken that very far in the future, doing everything you can. And I think I've created the easiest way to optimize listings. And I'm used by tons of customers that love the product. And I'm really grateful that I was able to do this.
So how did you go from, this idea of trying to create this business to, getting your first or second or third customers? Let's talk just about the entrepreneurial journey here. You built it, obviously you were the first customer because you were using your own products. And then did you just tap into that community that you were connected with and say, hey, I've developed this. Do you want to try it for free? Give me some feedback, beta test it, things of that nature. How did it work? How do you go from idea? Obviously you're a coder, so you were able to develop it, testing it on yourself, but then trying it with, other people that are selling on FBA.
I think that's where I got the most luck in my journey, because I actually talked to the leader of the community, Olivier Alain. And I talked to him in a very early stage, like 2 months after the first line of code that I wrote. And I said to him, okay, this is what I'm able to do. Do you think it could provide value to your audience? And then, of course, it would. Of course, he was happy to have someone from his own community creating something that delivers that much value to his own audience. Then, yeah, it was the dream situation for me, having the leader of the community saying, yeah, I see the value in that. You could improve this or that. And then, okay, here's the plan. In April, we are going to do a presentation in front of hundreds of people, and then we'll see the response. And that's something that was I couldn't have hoped for a better opportunity, because the response from this small presentation with my my very minimalist MVP of a product, MVP of a product. That's not a phrase, but very minimal version, and the response was awesome. Like hundreds of people signed up for a paid beta version. Like they were okay with paying for me for the product on a beta version. That's like, okay, if you're looking for validation, I don't know what else is validation. That's the best validation there could be.
Yeah. So you connected with the, guru, as you call him, the leader of that community. You didn't go asking for something saying, hey, will you present? You said, hey, this is what I'm doing. Will this help? How can I make it better? And the end result is, yeah, heck yeah, that'll help. Did he test it out himself before he presented it to the community?
Yeah. Since it was so early, it was more me showing him what I could do.
Okay.
It was not highly functional yet.
All right. So is this something that's totally new in your market or worldwide? Because it seems like there are so many Amazon SaaS businesses that are out there. There was no other tool that you found that you thought, I'm going to do a better version of that. Like how would you compare Intellifox to other software businesses that do similar things? What's the closest thing?
Yeah, I think you're talking to my deepest fear right now, because I'm afraid that there will be a competitor on that. But on this like specific niche, I would say complete product listing optimization. No, there are no direct competition, because the tools, they are focused on keywords, on phrase, on doing everything perfect on the text side. But no tool will allow you to preview your listing and to build it from scratch inside like one tool where you have everything you need. You don't need anything else. And I think it fits in the mosaic of Amazon tools. There are tools for everything, and not one tool will be able to do everything. You have the big players, we all know them, the Helium 10, Jugger Scout. Yeah, they are big, but they were not designed to do exactly optimize your listing from A to Z.
Okay. Do you want to sell to them?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Let's be honest. Yeah,
we know the owners of both, so let me know, and we'll make introductions at some point in the future. Once you feel like you're big enough, because look, there are lots of folks like Helium 10 and Jungle Scout that are acquiring other SaaS startups, and there are actually Amazon aggregators that are focused on SaaS. Amazon related products as well, right? So an Amazon aggregator would be, you'd think of maybe Thras or Boosted or Elevated or Perch, some of those guys. They're buying up FBA businesses, putting them in their portfolio instead of, the value of 3 or 4 times that they bought it at, it's becoming worth 8, 10, 12, 15 times immediately because there's a much bigger business there. And some of them are actually focused on just SaaS businesses. So, what you built in the van, someday may have tremendous value, especially if it's very unique in its kind. It's easier to buy that and build it than it is to start it from scratch and get customers. So separately, folks, I can make some introductions if you want, Conrad. I'd be happy to when you're ready. Or if any of you out there are listening, if you're one of those aggregators that are buying SaaS businesses, then we'll give Conrad's contact information in the show notes and at the end of the show as well. So back to the van life. How long were you in the van developing this business? Did you do this presentation from the van? Did you do it from? Did you get back home and do it then? How did it work out? I just need to hear that part of it.
No, that's the best part of the story, because at this precise moment, it was April 2020. You remember the time. It was not a time of great pleasure for everyone on earth. But to me, it was the best month of my life. I was stuck in Greece. Okay. I was like in paradise. I was literally in an olive tree field with my van and nothing else to do than building my software. And that was perfect. So yeah, it was during my journey, and it's amazing. I have my solar panel on the roof of my van. I've got my 4G router, and basically I'm fully autonomous with my van. And that's a dream, right? I'm living a dream, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. My life is perfect. Oh no, is it? Ah.
Are you still in the van, by the way?
Yeah, currently I'm talking to you. I'm like 5 meters. Some feet away from the beach. The beach is behind me.
So 15 to 20 feet from the beach. You're in the van, but it's interesting. It looks like in the background you've got a wood panel interior, pine wood interior. You have electricity.
Exactly.
Is that?
Yeah. Yeah, the solar panels they provide us with we could say infinite amount of electricity. We don't need any other source of power.
And you have a full size chair there that you're sitting in. That looks like my son's gaming chair.
That's your son's gaming chair. I stole it from him. But
if you stole that one, it's not very comfortable. I feel bad for you right now.
No, but I believe in iterative improvements, and that's the third version of our little area there. And on the
dogs, folks.
So basically now we understood at the beginning, we were like, yeah, okay, we're not going to work that much. Maybe we will travel and do, okay. But 3 years after, then, okay, now we spend all our time working because we love that so much. So we need to have a comfortable office. And I'm looking at a 27-inch screen. I have a mic, a blue microphone.
Blue Yeti.
A Blue Yeti microphone. I've got a custom made by myself, a table with everything I need. I'm so comfortable. I can stay here for hours on end.
All right. So for those that are wondering this question, van life, you're working. Let's talk about facilities, showers, bathrooms, things of that nature. What do you do?
Yeah, that's the main question we get indeed. That's quite simple. Okay, let me summarize. The first thing you have to understand is that you're not on the same, I would say, hygiene level than
you smell,
the usual.
Man, you smell.
No, I smell very good. My girlfriend, she doesn't have any problem with me.
Okay.
No. The thing is,
you have a problem with her though? Is that what you're saying? Because she smells. Okay.
That's confidential.
Not anymore.
No, basically, yeah. You shower less because you don't meet that much people. So you're basically on a different baseline.
Okay.
But I have access to everything. I've got my own shower. I've got my toilets. We have water. We have everything we need. Just we don't use as much as we would as if we were living in a flat.
Okay. So you've got less stuff, and you're doing less damage to the earth at the same time, using less water, less facilities, and things of that nature. It's good stuff. Yeah. So you're profiting, but serving the planet well, I guess, right?
I hope. I'm not perfect by any measure, but it doesn't seem to be worse than normal life, I would say. People always think about like the gas consumption, but it's not that bad because we usually stay in the same place weeks on end. So we don't think about moving that much.
What have you been since you left your flat and your day job? How much time has passed during that time? Has it been 3 years now?
Yeah, it's 3 years exactly.
And have you been living the van life the entire time, or did you end up getting a flat? You've been living van life the entire time.
Yeah, the entire time. The funny thing is that 2 months ago I was in Bansko in Bulgaria. It's a ski resort in the mountains. And I saw this real cheap real estate, and I bought an apartment, but I'm still in the van.
Okay, so you're in Bulgaria right now, then?
No, I'm in Greece, but I'm going to be in Bulgaria in 2 days. That's a wonderful part of the world. If you want to come to Greece, I recommend it to everyone. That's so beautiful. The sea, the mountains, everything. Like it's my eyes. It's beautiful and it's warm, and the people are friendly. The food is wonderful. Come here. You won't be disappointed.
I've got to get there. My and this is so far off the track, folks, but my grandfather came over from Greece when he was 17, fled the wars and came to the U.S., changed his name. My last name is Valley, as everybody knows, but the original Greek name is Boutsavalis. And we've got some relatives. My sister's done some genealogy work, but I've never been. So where in Greece are you now? Whereabouts?
It's this very small town called Antikyra. It's in the Corinthian Gulf. It's, I would say, west from Athens, on the south.
Gotcha. Awesome. Okay, so let's just jump to a little bit more to Intellifox. How long are you going to be able to operate this business from your van? I assume that it's not just you anymore. Do you have customer support people? Do you have developers and things of that nature? Or is it really still just you and your wife or girlfriend?
Yeah, so my girlfriend, she doesn't work on Intellifox. She does help me, though, doing corrections. But yeah, okay. I actually have one employee that helps me doing the YouTube thing, because we have an active YouTube channel, which is our best way of attracting people to our business, because we help them doing stuff on Amazon and
so they just search for Intellifox on YouTube.
Yeah, if you want to see what we do, it's all in French for now. We are going to start a channel in English because it's the way we love YouTube. We love making videos. But yeah, if you want to see what we do, it's youtube.com/Intellifox with 2 L's. And so I have got one employee that helps me do that on a regular basis. It's much more regular since I've been hiring these people, this man, Nicholas. Okay. And I also have a customer rep person, Gail, that's working part-time, and she does main support. And I always have notifications, that if something goes down, I need to act very fast. So I've got notifications all the time, but I'd rather have more time to help me work on the product. That's where I'm good. I want to work on the product. I want to make the product better. And that's what I'm doing every day, working on the product. Let me code.
Right. And I'm looking at the website here. It's in English, the version that I have up, but is there, it's fully functional for English speaking folks, I assume? Maybe it's a
definitely.
Silly question. Yes, definitely.
It wouldn't have been a silly question 3 months ago, because the English version was not a focus for me, but it has been a focus. That's why you have a wonderful site that explains the whole things you can do with Intellifox on Intellifox.com. And the whole application is in English. The support is in English. We speak English, obviously. Actually, my customer support rep is an English teacher. She teaches English in a small school for children.
Small school. Okay. And I'm looking at the site. Looks like you do have a free trial period, 21 days for free. And so anybody can log on and give it a shot and optimize their listings. What kind of results are folks seeing when they use your service to optimize their listings?
Well, we've quite a number. We checked exactly on the statistics of our customers that we call IntelliNotes, and we've seen on numbers that 82% of them during the first month after their free trial, 82% of them had an increase in sales on the next month. That's not rocket science, Joe. That's simple. You apply what we created, the battle plan that we offer you. You do everything right, like the software tells you to do and helps you do, and then results come. That's easy.
82% of your customers had a boost in sales because of the software that you've created. That's pretty impressive. Congratulations.
I agree. Thank you.
Congratulations. All right. How do folks find you? How do they reach out? What website do they go to? Let's share some contact information.
Well, the best way is to go on Intellifox.com, and we have a chat widget on the bottom right, and you can ask any question you want. My email is conrad@intellifox.com. Not really hard to guess. And I answer to email. I'm happy to receive anything that comes to mind. But I'm looking for something very specific right now. Okay. I'm looking for affiliate partners that have an audience that sells on Amazon. because that's the thing that got me started on Intellifox in France. And I've got now a partner that's making more than $50,000 per year of affiliate commission.
Nice.
That's a lot. Now I'm looking to replicate this, and I'm sure that people will find value for their own customers and they can get a share of this value. So I'm looking for partners. If you're interested in this, you know how to reach me, conrad@intellifox.com.
Perfect. Conrad, thanks for your time today. Thanks for sharing that van life experience while building a very successful SaaS business in the Amazon space. I look forward to seeing great things from you in the future.
Thank you so much, Joe.